Brony review here, and today we're gonna do 3 reviews. 1 MLP review, 1 Teen Titans Go review, and 1 SpongeBob review. Yeah. So, means I'll be reviewing BuckBall season, Think About Your Future, and the horrors of a pal for Gary. Yeah. All in one video. So, let's talk about BuckBall season. The only episode that was the best of the 3 I'm gonna review. So, BuckBall season is the ponified version of basketball. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, can't believe I had to pass gas during the middle of a review. Cut to technical difficulties. So, Applejack and Rainbow Dash teams, Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, to a game of BuckBall. And Snails is a part of the team as the Hoof. Basically, I think he's the only unicorn on the BuckBall team. Still recovering from allergies. So, the first half is pretty boring. It's like watching a documentary where nothing interesting happens in the first few minutes. Feels like the first 8 minutes feel like 22 minutes has wasted. Yeah. But by the second half, things get a bit more interesting. And guess what? Only 8 characters and 4 voice actors. Yes, that's right. Only 4 people are in it. It's like Ponyville's population has declined increasingly. Maybe by season 7, it's going to be a deserted place. So, that means or On Your Marks. I didn't get to review it once, but BuckBall season and On Your Marks feels like Ponyville's population. However, Ponyville's population hasn't declined a lot. But On Your Marks feels like it's declined a lot. BuckBall season, there's a bunch of Ponyville people who've traveled. But in On Your Marks, it feels like there's only 15 people left. Yeah. So, BuckBall season's okay. I wouldn't say it's a good episode or a bad one. I think it's just okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, this episode gets about 6 out of 10. So next we're going to review Think About Your Future, which I heard is the worst Teen Titans Go episode ever. And unlike 28 Parts Later, I actually think it deserves that. It is the worst episode I've seen in the history of cartoons. With horrible characteristics, horrible life lesson, and so bad that I think Cartoon Network should get rid of this show. So, it's about the Titans getting jackets, and 70 years later, they've weakened from being too cool. So, their old selves come to teach the Titans life lessons. So, means they're going to teach them like retirement savings and some other stuff. And as I said, this episode is horrible. Yes. So horrible to the point that it reaches Earth to Echo standards. Yes. The Titans' old selves say they can't have fun for the rest of their lives, which is just harsh. And listen to what Beast Boy says at the very end of the episode.
Let's go live our lives to the shortest, yo!
Cartoon Network, why did you think that was okay to show that? You are crazy. I think after kids heard that, I think they're now about to go crazy about their lives. So after I heard Beast Boys say that, I think the Titans are actually the villains of the show. Yep, I just made a conspiracy. The Titans are actually villains. Yep, giving horrible life lessons is what villains do. And see a villain life lesson be heard from heroes is just unacceptable. So I think I'll be breaking the scale system in it. On a scale of 1 to 10, this episode gets 0. You think that's it? No! I'm still gonna do more. So the last thing I'm gonna review is what people call the worst of SpongeBob ever. It's called A Pal for Gary. Dun dun dun! Yep. Yeah, I consider it the worst. It's about SpongeBob getting Gary a new pal. And he calls it Puffy Fluffy. Ugh. Really? And then Puffy Fluffy tortures Gary and SpongeBob keeps punishing him for no reason. Yep. This is easily the worst. Puffy is torturing SpongeBob, torturing Gary, and SpongeBob blames Gary all the time. First, Gary wants to eat his food. SpongeBob gets annoyed, and Fluffy eats the whole food. Then Gary gives Puffy a chew toy and tears it up, and SpongeBob gets Gary. Then SpongeBob gets him to sleep, and then Fluffy tortures Gary in his sleep, and SpongeBob blames Gary. And this happened. No copyright infringement intended.
Gary! You put Bucky down right now. Bad boy Gary. Bad boy. Bad Gary. Bad.
Why? Yep. SpongeBob blames Gary while he's being eaten alive. Why? The way we know SpongeBob has been ruined. Pal for Gary is just horrible. I don't think I can talk about it more. On a scale of 1 to 10, this episode gets 1 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for an upcoming review of Star Trek Beyond. I hope will be better than Think About Your Future and Pal for Gary. And I'll see you next time. And Star Trek's gonna be in IMAX 3.